You know what nobody talks about? It's the strata student who can't pay rent. It's the honor roll kid who's now 28, living with roommates, watching TikTok dropshippers buy Lamborghinis. You were told intelligence equals success. That was the first lie. And if you're sitting there right now, degree on the wall, debt in your account, wondering why being smart feels like a curse, this one's for you. Picture this. It's 2 a.m. and you're lying in bed, scrolling LinkedIn. Another post about some guy who dropped out to build $1 million empire. Another story about someone who followed their passion and retired their parents. You're thinking, I have a master's degree. I graduated summa cum laude. I can solve complex problems, write research papers, analyze data that would make most people's heads spin. So why am I applying for jobs that pay $45,000 while the guy who barely graduated high school is posting screenshots of his six-figure months? You start questioning everything. Maybe you're not as smart as you thought. Maybe you missed some secret class on making money. Maybe there's something fundamentally wrong with you. But here's what's really happening. You've been programmed, conditioned, trained like a circus animal to jump through hoops for someone else's approval. From kindergarten to college, you learned one skill above all others: how to be a perfect student, how to find the right answer, how to color inside the lines, how to wait for permission. And now you're out here trying to apply student strategies to an entrepreneur's game. It's like showing up to a street fight with a calculator. Here's the psychological trap that's keeping you broke. Smart people suffer from something called the curse of knowledge. Your brain has been rewarded for complexity, for finding elegant solutions, for considering every variable before making a decision. But money doesn't care about elegance. Money is made in the messy middle, in the gaps between good enough and perfect. In the space where most smart people freeze up because they can't see the complete picture. Let me break down the science. When you were in school, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for planning and analysis, got jacked up on validation. Every time you got an A, every time a teacher praised your critical thinking, you got a hit of dopamine. Your brain learned analysis equals reward. But in the real world, analysis without execution is just expensive procrastination.
Oh.
Meanwhile, that C student, his brain wasn't hijacked by perfectionism. He learned to move with incomplete information, to test, fail, adjust, and try again. He developed what psychologists call tolerance for ambiguity, the ability to act when you can't see the whole staircase. And here's the kicker. Intelligence can actually work against you in business. A study from the University of Michigan found that people with higher IQs are more likely to suffer from analysis paralysis. They see too many variables, consider too many outcomes, and get stuck in what researchers call cognitive quicksand. Smart people want to understand before they act. But the market doesn't wait for your understanding. It rewards speed, iteration, and the willingness to be wrong quickly rather than right slowly. Think about it. How many billion-dollar companies started with a perfect business plan? Amazon began selling books from Jeff Bezos' garage. Facebook started as a college rating site. Twitter was a failed podcasting platform. None of these started smart. They started scrappy. Then they got smart through action. But you're still in the library, researching the perfect business model while the world passes you by. So how do you break out of the smart person poverty trap? You need to unlearn everything school taught you about success. Tool number 1, the 48-hour rule. When you have a business idea, each hour is to take one concrete action on it, not research it, not validate it, not create a business plan. Action. Buy the domain. Send the cold email. Post the offer. Create the prototype. Because after 48 hours, your brain will convince you why it won't work. And you'll be right back in analysis mode. Tool number 2, the dumb money method. Stop trying to innovate. Start copying what already works. That sounds unethical. It's not. It's how every successful business operates. McDonald's didn't invent hamburgers. Facebook didn't invent social networking. Netflix didn't invent video rental. They took existing concepts and executed them better, faster, or cheaper. Your job isn't to be original. Your job is to be operational. Find someone making money doing something simple. Study their model. Then do it 10% better in your local market. Tool number 3, revenue before perfection. Smart people build products. Rich people solve problems. Before you write a single line of code, before you design a logo, before you worry about LLC structures and business licenses. Find one person willing to pay you for a solution to their problem. One person, one payment, one proof of concept. That's your validation, not your friends' opinions. Not market research, not your gut feeling. Cold hard cash changing hands. Tool number 4. The minimum viable ego. Your intelligence is not your identity. You've been smart for so long, you're terrified of looking stupid. But here's the truth. Every successful entrepreneur has a graveyard of failed projects behind them. The difference? You're not emotionally attached to their failures. You need to divorce your self-worth from your business outcomes. You are not your startup. You are not your side hustle. You are not your latest idea. You're someone who takes action, learns from feedback, and iterates quickly. That's it. That's the game. You want to know the real difference between you and the people making money? It's not intelligence. It's not connections. It's not luck. It's this. They gave themselves permission to suck, to be mediocre, to launch before they were ready, to figure it out in public. While you've been perfecting, they've been profiting. While you've been researching, they've been earning. While you've been thinking, they've been building. Your intelligence isn't the problem. Your relationship with imperfection is. You've been taught that being wrong is failure. But in business, being wrong is data. It's information. It's the fastest path to being right. The market doesn't care about your GPA. It doesn't care about your thesis. It doesn't care about your potential. It only cares about one thing. Can you solve a problem people will pay for? And the only way to find out is to try. So here's your homework hand. It's due in 48 hours. Find one problem you can solve. Create one simple solution. Ask one person to pay for it. Not next month. Not when you're ready. Not when you have more information. Now, because while you're preparing for success, someone else is creating it. And the world has enough smart, broke people what it needs. Smart people who move. The question isn't whether you're intelligent enough to succeed. The question is, are you brave enough to start before you're ready? Your bank account is waiting for the answer. Stop overthinking this. Start building something. Anything. Today. And if this video made you uncomfortable, good. Discomfort is where growth lives. Hit subscribe if you're ready to turn your intelligence into income, because the next video is going to show you exactly how to find your first paying customer in 7 days. See you there.